The Talmud Jmmanuel, Chapter 4, Jmmanuel's Arcanum. Explanation. Arcanum, from the Latin arca, equals case. Arcanum equals the German spelling for arcanum, a symbolic expression which hides a secret from the eyes of the profane, ordinary, worldly. 1. And from this day on, Jmmanuel no longer lived among the children of these peoples. 2. Jmmanuel was lifted up from the earth, and no one knew where he had been taken or what had happened to him. 3. But then he was set down by the brazen, metallic light between north and west, in a place where the guardian angels, guardian messengers, had received cords, guidelines, by which they measured the position, the state of knowledge, and state of consciousness of the chosen ones. For the chosen ones who were determined for important tasks. Thus, he lived for 40 days and 40 nights between the winds of the north and the west. Explanation. Jmmanuel was taken away in a Pleiadian beam ship and was brought into a large spaceship that hovered high above the earth in Earth's orbit, over unspecified locations between the north and west. There he was taught by great wise ones, holy ones, saints, controlling ones, venerable ones, commissioned by the Ishwish. This also happened, however, through guardian angels, guardian messengers, during a series of days. Jmmanuel's journey in a beam ship led him not only all around the earth and to earthly places, as well as into the spaceship, but also out into the solar system, to all solar system planets and their moons, etc. 5. He spent his days in instruction. He was taught, instructed, with the wise saints, wise ones, controlling ones, venerable ones, of the JHWH, Ishwish, and with the guardian angels, guardian messengers, the celestial sons, the extraterrestrials from the far reaches of outer space. 6. They taught him great knowledge and the wisdom. 7. They taught him about the JHWH's, or Ishwish's, rule over the terrestrial human species and over his celestial sons, extraterrestrials, the ones who traveled from afar, from the depths of outer space. 8. They also explained to him the might of the laws and recommendations of the creation of the firmament of the universe. 9. Likewise, they taught him about the immortality of the spirit form of the human being, through the coming again, rebirth, reincarnation. 10. There he saw the forefathers, the saints, wise ones, controlling ones, venerable ones of ancient times, who were the wise fathers, makers of the new terrestrial human species, the ancient celestial sons, who at a former time, in the past, had begotten new terrestrial human species, later primal humans, and early Homo sapiens, with wild terrestrial women. 11. From there he went. He was flown to the north to the ends of the earth, where the brazen, metallic, singing, whirring lights, extraterrestrial beam ships of the Pleiadian, and the chariots of fire, spaceships with rocket propulsion to launch, came down from the firmament, or flew up into the firmament, into the air, like fast arrows, with singing, whirring sounds, enveloped in smoke and fire. Explanation. Jmmanuel was brought up by a beam ship out of the spaceship and into the north of the earth, to a place named Hyperborea. At this place, the ones who traveled from afar, from the depths of outer space, operated a large station, and there Jmmanuel was taught further. And the arcanum, secret equals case, of knowledge and wisdom was revealed to him. The chariots of fire were small flying devices that were useful only for planetary use and for nearby outer space. Their beam propulsion was coupled with a rocket engine designed only for launch, which served to push the flying device off the ground and lift it up. 12. There, at the ends of the entire earth, he saw a great and magnificent wonder. 13. In that place, he saw the celestial portals, large view screens, monitors, open, of which there were 3 different ones. 14. The celestial portals, monitors, view screens radiated in the brightest brilliance and gleaming light, an area as large as the lifeless sea, Dead Sea, on the river Jordan. Explanation: celestial portals. Since the human beings of Earth, in contrast to most other inhabitants of planets, are sneaky players in the art of deception and stumble because of this, Jmmanuel should have been able to spend at least a part of the trip with these in order to see, through large view screens monitors, what was really happening in secrecy among the human beings on Earth. In the smallest rooms of the huts of the human beings, among whom he had previously worked and had been constantly deceived, he beheld every secret and the reality. Even the last intimate things were revealed to him, because from these view screens, monitors, celestial portals, he saw right in front of him the human beings running their true modes of life in multifarious situations in the private sphere, and he observed how they truly treated each other and even how they would still treat each other for thousands of years. Understanding the background of the human being's existence or coexistence was essential to his task. What are designated as celestial portals are, therefore, to be understood as very large television screens or very large monitors on which everything, so among other things, the life sphere of the human beings on Earth, see how they lived in their huts and treated each other, etc., was projected by the advanced technology of those who traveled from afar, from the depths of outer space, that is, the extraterrestrials of the Pleiaren. The technology of the Pleiaren at that time was already so far advanced that, due to their sensors, observation devices, and searching devices, as well as registration devices, nothing remained hidden to them anymore, not even in the rearmost corners of the huts, houses, or palaces, or in secret chambers, or even in the deepest caves of the earth. 15. Truly gleaming vividly therein was the entire land of the God believers, and everything was seen. Human beings and animals and creatures and everything that stood or walked or flew or swam or crawled there. 16. In this first celestial portal, view screen monitor, no secret was concealed, because the Sohar, the beaming light equaling all-pervading search beams, equaling X-rays, etc., entered into the smallest spaces in the cottages and revealed the last intimate detail in secret therein. 17. In the second celestial portal, view screen monitor, There rose mighty mountains, whose peaks reached into the firmament and disappeared into the clouds. 18. Far below lay deep masses of snow, at whose edges a different brown-skinned human species built their huts. 19. The third celestial portal revealed a land of outstanding, gigantic extent, mountainous and interspersed with rivers, lakes, and seas, where yet another human species dwelled. 20. Not far from these, 3 celestial portals had been built the palace of the Ishwish, the ruler of these terrestrial human species and of those who had traveled from afar, from the depths of the firmament outer space, the celestial sons, the guardian angels. 21. In his palace, the JHWH, Ishwish, governed the human species, white, black, yellow, and red, created by him, by his order, through the celestial sons and over his retainers, the celestial sons. 22. He was near immortal, relatively immortal, because he had become over 1,000 years old, ancient and of giant size, like the celestial sons. 23. In the palace of the Ishwish, there appeared to Jmmanuel 2 very tall men, the likes of whom he had never seen on earth. 24. Their faces shone like the sun, beamed in love, and their eyes looked like burning torches. Their eyeballs were red, not white, like with the human beings of earth. From their mouths issued fire-spoken words of wisdom in warm, fuming breath. These fire human beings were 3.5 to 4 meters tall. Their clothing resembled a covering of foam, and their arms were like golden wings, loose, fluttering clothes, and colored sleeves as if blazing in fire. 25. They lived in a world of their own, protective suits, because the breath, air, they were gas breathers of this earthly world would have been fatal for them. These 2 men of the 7 stars were holy, venerable teachers, and they were together with 2 smaller men, who said that they were men of Biawai, extraterrestrials from the Biawai area, equals a planet that is referred to as Biawi. The men were from 230 to 250 centimeters tall. Explanation. Men of the 7 stars equal men of the Pleiadian, where 7 stars with multiple planets dominate the space, similar to the Pleiades in our Dern universe, or space-time configuration, in which case the Pleiades in our Dern universe are 60 to 70 million years old and are uninhabitable, hot blue stars, suns without life, and are already back in the time of the passing. The 7 stars of the Pleiadian are in a different space-time configuration, and thus are in no wise connected with the 7 stars in our Dern universe, that is, in our space-time configuration. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Salome.